Well, good morning, everybody. Good Tuesday morning from the beautiful Colorado Rocky Mountains. Welcome back to the channel and to everybody out there, all my shady folks, anybody that might have stumbled upon this video by mistake. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, the whole 9 yards. I think probably the greatest Christmas present that we could ask for has happened just because 2024 is almost over. This has been one heck of a year, y'all. Let me turn the comments on over here. Hey, Katrika. Hey, Maria. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you guys. I am going to try to post a link here if I can figure out how to do it. There it is. Boom, boom. I don't know if that went or not. Hey, up there it is. Yep. Okay, pin. Okay, so there is a link now posted um, and pinned to the top of the chat. If you guys would like to come on and share a special Christmas story or anything like that, please feel free to click on that link and come on, tell your story. I am just this light is killing me, y'all. I got natural sunlight coming through the window. I actually opened up the curtains a while ago because it was dark in here and I wanted to let a little bit of light in, and now it's blinded me on this side. But it is good to see the sunshine. Y'all hang on one second. I'm going to go take care of this because I'm not going to be able to make it through this live stream if I don't. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Coffee First. Y'all hang out. I'll be right back. All right. And I still got light coming in. Hang on. I do apologize, but that is much better. Sorry about that. That was just, it was blinding me. I couldn't see anything. Good morning, Red Dog. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Um, Now, like I was saying, I did put a link up top in the chat. If you guys want to come on, say Merry Christmas, please do. Um, if you end up in the green room and I don't see you, then please type a message in the chat. Let me know that you're there. I may have to switch the screen or something to get to you. So, um, anyway, like I was saying, I think probably the greatest Christmas gift that we are getting right now is that 2024 is almost over. This has been a year to remember. Actually, the past 3 or 4 years have been years to remember. We have got some very memorable things from the current administration, the government, and the world in general, to be honest with you. I'm really trying not to dwell on negative stuff this morning. Hey, I am really okay. Um, Not going to try to dwell on a bunch of the negativity and stuff that's happened this year because you know what? It's Christmas and that is not the time for that. And have you guys noticed that this year, and it maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe I'm seeing some hope, or as Kamala would say, maybe we're all seeing a little bit of joy this Christmas season because I have noticed. Now, there is the usual every year dumb, crazy people out there. Trust me, I went out Christmas shopping yesterday for some last minute stuff, and there are those people that are still out there. But I have noticed something, especially working with the public here lately. For some reason this year, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but for some reason this year, to me, it seems like it is a lot easier to say Merry Christmas. There are people that last year they were saying Happy Holidays. This year they're saying Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, all that stuff. It's almost like Santa Claus Christmas is coming back. um, like I said, though, there are the usual people out there who are doing dumb stuff, um, shoplifting the whole nine yards. It is what it is. I mean, with the economy the way it is, I can kind of understand it. But it just seems like this year, and maybe it's because Trump's about to take office next month, but it seems like that this year, um, that there's just a little bit of hope for Christmas. January 20th gives me hope for our future. I believe that is the underlying thing, the underlying feeling that even the people who hated Trump, I think there's an underlying feeling of hope and a little bit of a bright light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. Now, we still got the goof offs, okay? Um, we've got the governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, the mayor of Denver, I think his name's Mike Johnstone, that when Trump first got elected and had said he was going to deport the illegals, well, Trump, or not Trump, Polis, sorry about that. Polis got with, I believe it was the mayor of Chicago or the governor of Illinois, one of those guys. And yeah, it was the governor of Illinois. And they started this little group and all that stuff that they were going to resist if anything, if they started deporting the illegals. And Johnston, the mayor of Denver, even went as far as saying that he was going to have the Denver Police Department post at the county lines of Denver, Colorado, and they were going to stop anybody coming in to try to deport the illegals. And he also said that he would get 50,000 Denver citizens to join in. Welcome back, Katrina. He was going to have 50,000 Denver citizens join the police at the county line to stop ICE, to stop Homeland Security, to stop the deportation of illegal immigrants. Let me tell you something, Mikey. You don't have 50,000 cat ladies in Denver that are willing to step out and do that. Actually, I don't think you have 50,000 people, period, in Denver that are willing to step out and do that. And once he got called out, once he got called on it, and I was one of the guys leading the charge on this. But once he got called on it, that what he was doing was paramount to an armed insurrection in the textbook definition of insurrection, he kind of backed off. He backed way off. And Tom Hone told him straight up, we got something in common. He's willing to go to jail for this. I'm willing to put him in jail for this. And this is the kind of thing that we need to see. I'm going to check something right quick. So y'all hang on because the screen's going to kind of get a little wonky. All right, I'm back. But we had a lot of positive things that have started. We've got a lot of positive things that are starting to happen right now. And y'all look, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to keep a close eye on everything that's going on because you guys know me and you know that I will call it straight down the middle. And if Trump steps on it, if anybody in Trump's administration steps on it, I'm going to be one of the first ones on here telling y'all, hey, that's not right. And I'll just say it right now. I'm watching. I'm hopeful, but I'm watching this whole thing with a whole lot of discernment, with a whole lot of skepticism. But I would do that with anybody. It's not a I hate Trump thing. It's not anything like that. It's just to be fair to everything that's going on. I will watch everything that's everything that's happening, and I will call it the way I see it. Um, what I wanted to do today was have some of you guys come on and tell your favorite Christmas story, or one of your favorite experiences from Christmas. But I don't know why coffee. I really don't. Let me try it again. Hold on. Um, okay. Let's see. All right. There it went. Try that link right there, coffee, and we'll see what happens. But I want you guys to come on and try to, to tell one of your favorite Christmas stories, something that makes you smile when you think back about Christmas. And I'll start it off with mine. Um, this probably happened, oh God, I don't know how many years ago. Little Miss Shady, my daughter who just had the grandbaby, was only about 3 or 4 years old, and her sister was only a few years older than her. And I was working swing shift, evening watch at the prison. So I didn't get home till around 11:30 midnight. And excuse me, sorry about that. I didn't get home till around 11:30 midnight most nights when I was working. Sometimes I actually had to stay over in case something had happened. There's all kinds of paperwork that you have to fill out. But I literally had all the presents out in my man cave, which I enclosed part of our carport and built a man cave out there. I had all the presents out there. So when I got home, I got out of my truck. I went into the man cave. I had a pair of red sweats. I had a red sweatshirt. I had my jungle boots. I had a beard. Um, okay, coffee. Well, keep trying, or just tell your story down in the comments below if you want to. That would be cool. I need comments. But anyway, I had this beard that I'd made out of cotton balls, and I had a Santa hat and a pillow and my duty belt. So I put the sweats on, put the hat on, put the beard on, stuffed a pillow up under the sweatshirt, put my duty belt on around it, and walked through the back door dressed like the most ragtag hobo looking Santa Claus you ever wanted to see. So like I said, I think little Miss Shady was probably 3 years old uh, when this happened. So I knew it was just going to be sort of kind of a memory for her. But I did. I looked like a homeless Santa because I walked in and I had Walmart bags and all this stuff. I didn't even wrap anything. I walked in and just said, ho, ho, ho. And of course, the wife at the time had gotten the girls up saying that Santa Claus was coming. Santa Claus was coming. So when I walked in the door, it was a big deal. And little Miss Shady's eyes got like that big around. And that was probably one of the most fondest memories of Christmas that I have. No, Katrinka, unfortunately, I did not get a photo of it. This was really back before cell phones were even popular. If you had one to text somebody, it was where you had to push the number button a certain amount of times to make a letter appear and all that stuff. So the technology, we had cameras and stuff like that on our phones. I think, if I remember right, we may not have had cameras on our phones, but it. I don't even think you could get on the internet on your cell phone back then. I mean, you were lucky to be able to text. But that is actually one of my greatest, most fond memories of Christmas was walking through that door and seeing my daughter's eyes when they actually saw Santa Claus. Now, of course, the older one was about 6 or 7. She knew what was up as soon as I walked in the door and just kind of went, okay. But little Miss Shady, that was a great Christmas for her. And it's one of those things that really, really sticks out in my memory. Um, One of the sad things about this Christmas, and I'm going to have to flip over here on some stuff, but one of the sad things about this Christmas is this is sort of an anniversary that shouldn't be an anniversary. And not only is it an anniversary, a sad anniversary, Joe Biden doing all these pardons and taking people with life sentences and death sentences and taking them off death row. He's done so many. But I had a friend of mine last night sent me this article, and I'm going to read it to you. While on duty on December the 21st, 1994, Correctional Officer DeAntonio Washington was making his rounds in a maximum security unit when inmate Anthony Battle snuck up behind him and struck him in the head 3 times with a ball peen hammer. Inmate Battle had obtained the hammer from a mechanical services work crew in C Cell House. Officer Washington received immediate emergency medical care from the institution staff and was transported to Grandie Memorial Hospital, where he underwent surgery and was placed on a life support system. The next day, on December the 22nd, 1994, following several meetings with hospital medical personnel, Officer Washington's parents authorized their son's removal from life support. It goes on to say that an investigation proved that inmate Battle did assault Washington, and he was charged for his murder, and he was given the life sentence. This is one of the people that Joe Biden has, I guess you would say, commuted his sentence and taken him off of death row. Now imagine Officer Washington's family this long. This much time has passed, and now his family has to go through this at Christmas time. They already lost their son 3 days before Christmas back in 1990, whatever the date was. I'm sorry, I forgot. It kind of chokes me up when I think about that, and it kind of chokes me up thinking about how many people that are out there that might be going through the same thing that Officer Washington's family is going through right now. So my prayers are with everybody out there that has been touched by something like this, that this demented, Alzheimer's ridden old man that is supposedly running this country has done. And that was my Debbie Downer moment for the live stream, y'all. Coffee first and speed. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Rambo. That's you guys, the prepping artist. Hi, guys. Merry Christmas to you. I'm sorry that story it was something I remembered, very distant in the past happening, and then when I saw that article last night, it brought it back home to me, and it showed me the kind of emotional trauma and pain that Joe Biden is putting people through doing this right now. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, oh, Red Dog, hold on. Let me see if I can get you on here, brother.
All right.
Yeah, let me fix you. You're taking up too much real estate on my screen, Red Dog. So I'm going to put you up right there. Say something so I can make sure they can hear you.
Woof, woof, everybody. Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
there he is.
Hope
I'm
y'all are
going to.
having a great Christmas. Things are going pretty good for us.
So what you got planned there, Red Dog?
Well, we're happy. We just sold our old house in Tulsa. It's been a headache, a pain in the butt. We moved out of there 9 years ago. Some of you know I was in a bad wreck 12 years ago. I got hit head on by a semi truck that was doing 70 miles an hour and just KO'd me. And anyway, I got a nice settlement out of it, and we bought the place we're living in now, the Red Dogs Retreat. We bought with the the money for the settlement because I'm unable to work ever again. So this is my retirement. So I said, well, let's get set up for life. Um, so this is what we have. But our old house was like a prison to me because after the wreck, I was bedbound for about 3 years. I could get up, hobble into the bathroom, uh, and I'd even eat in bed because it just hurt so bad to move. I still hurt, but life goes on. You either deal with it or you give up and die. And well, I'm still here. So anyway, the Tulsa house has always been a prison to me, and lately it's fallen into real bad disrepair. It needed repairs. We couldn't afford to fix it, and it just was falling apart. And now we had a bunch of squatters breaking in, homeless people breaking in and squatting in the house, doing a lot of damage, stealing stuff. We'd been using it as a storage place because when we bought this place, we bought all new stuff. So we wouldn't have to move the junk that was in the old house. But we still had, paperwork, pictures, just things that we still wanted to keep, plus some valuables. And people were breaking in and everything. And anyway, less than a month ago, uh, we had someone in the house. My wife went to go check the house and check the mail, and somebody was in the house holding the doorknob so she couldn't unlock the door. So she backed off, called the police, waited for the police. When they got there, the people were gone. Took too long. And but anyway, I checked 2 days later and caught a homeless guy squatting in the house. Caught him in the house red-handed. I held him at gunpoint till the cops got there. And I'm sorry he's homeless. I'm sorry for his plight, but you don't break into my house. You know what I mean? You don't
Exactly.
have to do that. There's things you can do. And so anyway, we've had multiple break-ins almost every day. And so when the police officer came and was talking to my wife, not on my incident, but on my wife's incident 2 days before mine, she said, "Well, are you all trying to sell this place?" She goes, "I have friends that buy. They're a realtor and a financer, and they have a group of investors that buy this type of homes, kind of like the We Buy Ugly homes, because it was ugly." And anyway, she goes, "Are you interested in that?" And well, yeah, we do want to get rid of it, but we still have to get stuff out. And anyway, they worked with us and gave us enough time to get our stuff out. We had some friends help us go through it and get what was left and what was salvageable out of the house. Anyway, we sold it. We closed last week. We were supposed to close on the 27th of December, and actually, we finished last week on Tuesday, and by Thursday, we had money in the bank.
Nice, nice.
So that was our little Christmas miracle this year, and getting rid of a headache. And so now I no longer own home. I no longer own any property in Tulsa County,
Nice.
Oklahoma. I'm glad to be out of there. I'm finally away from the city 100%. So anyway, that's my story, and just I'm happy. My family's just ecstatic right now because this weight has been lifted off our shoulders. It's
Yeah,
gone, and
yeah.
we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's not our problem now. I hope the homeless people aren't still breaking in, and we boarded up windows and stuff to do our best to secure it. But still, if somebody's determined, they'll get in. You know how it is.
That's true.
But anyway, that was our Christmas story. Is that we were able to sell our Tulsa home that we've owned for over 30 years and get some money in our pocket. So I see Coffee over there. Hi, Coffee.
Hey,
You're hiding
Co-
in the side.
Coffee finally made it. Let's see if we can
He
bring her
made
in
it.
right
Yeah.
before let me see here. Now, when I bring her on, she's gonna cover us both up, Red Dog. So I gotta adjust it a little bit.
That's okay. I've said my piece, Jim.
Well, you're
Hi, Coffee.
welcome. You're welcome to stay because I had a question I wanted to ask you about your
Oh,
closing. Um,
okay.
hey, Coffee. Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Let me see if I can move myself over a little bit. There you go. This new technology, it's something else to me. See, Red Dog, you got very, very lucky because
Yeah.
My first time when I bought a home, I think it was back in 1993. It
Uh-huh.
took it took forever to close on the house. I mean, they must have delayed the closing 3 times before
That's
we
frustrating.
actually closed on the house, and it was not fun. But,
It,
I'm
it was
glad.
probably 20 days from the time we first contacted the people and said, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and sell." And they got us a couple of dumpsters and everything so we could get junk out of the way so we could get to our stuff. Because the roof had fallen in, we had leaks, and the ceiling fell in, and then debris, and then the people ransacking the place, and then when the cops would go check, they'd ransack the place looking for the burglars, and it literally was a hot mess. It was bad.
uh Well, Merry Christmas to you, sir, and if I ever get down to Oklahoma, I wanna come by the retreat. I wanna throw some lead down the range,
You
uh,
got it.
do some camping and some cooking.
You got
Well, I don't do a whole lot of traveling these days, but if I get down there, I sure wanna stop by and see you, brother.
it. Okay. Well, I've had a few Beaverines come. I've had Robin Prater has visited, and the prepping artists, both Kelly and Rambo, came up. They just came in October, and we are planning another one. If I can plug another event, haven't planned the exact dates yet, but we are planning a spring camp out gathering. When it gets where it's not freezing again, because
Nice.
the campfire feels great, but if you're camping overnight and it's you know 20 degrees out there and you're not ready for it, you're not going to have a good time.
Right.
And we want everybody to be comfortable. So
Exactly. Alright, brother. Well, I'm going to boot you off and put
okay,
coffee up.
I
Merry
see
Merry
how you are.
Christmas, Red Dog.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Red Dog. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
All right, Coffee. Merry Christmas to you, dear. How you
Merry
doing?
Christmas to you too. I wanted to come up here and just say Merry Christmas, really, because I don't know. I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to make it up here or not because I have a really old laptop and it wants different browsers to do different things, and I signed in on like 12 different things. I couldn't. One thing, the microphone said it won't allow me to work. Another one just wouldn't let me on. It was then when I finally got on, I had 6 echoes. I think I'm good now, though.
Nice. So, you got a Christmas story for us, Coffee?
Uh, I don't really have a Christmas story. I just really wanted to say Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you. And for those of you who don't know, Coffee is one of my moderators. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing what you do. I appreciate you because I can remember back when I first started out, I didn't have any moderators. I didn't feel the need for them. And we had that one instance where a certain person came into chat and I looked down at chat and World War III was going on. I had no way to boot this person, no way to kick them off because I didn't even do two screens back at the time. So I thought, well, I'm going to get some of the people that hang out quite a bit and give them a wrench. And so thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're
Merry
welcome.
Christmas to you. And I hope the peace of the season is yours and your families. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. And thank you for hanging out in the shady zone for as long as you have and as much as you do. You're appreciated. Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I love your child. It's great. How is the grandbaby?
The grandbaby is cute as a bug's ear. She looks like this little tiny keepy doll. Got this head full of dark hair. Her mom, just like little Miss Shady, just like her mom, should have invested in Tom's because she had heartburn during the pregnancy so bad. And little Miss
Oh,
Shady was the same way. She came out with this big head of hair. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and say the name, Little Miss Crimson. I didn't pick the name, but I like it. Little
it's
Miss
cute.
Crimson is doing fine. I'm expecting to see her tomorrow. It's going to be her very first Christmas. I also have my other granddaughters are coming over tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to each and every one of them because, I'm 62 now, and Christmas means a lot to me by just watching the faces of the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just having the family around, watching the kids, watching their reactions and all that stuff.
It's
Um,
one of the reasons for the whole season.
exactly. And by the way, everybody, I got a little something for you toward the end of the video I'm going to play. I'm going to be posting it later, but I wanted everybody in chat to get a chance to see it first.
Cool.
Okay. So, Merry Christmas to you, Coffee.
Merry Christmas to you too.
For stopping in. Thanks for always stopping in, and appreciate it. May the blessings of the season be yours and your families.
To you too.
Now then, I can put myself back in the middle, I reckon, because I don't see Miss Katrinka or anybody wanting to come on and tell their Christmas story. Honey Bunny, how you doing? I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Good morning to you. Merry Christmas. And to the rest of you, Merry Christmas. Look, I'm going to play this. I'm going to go ahead and play this right now. I'm going to be posting it as a video after a while. It's only about a minute long, but this is what Christmas is, y'all. And there were in that same country shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be unto all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, saying, Praise God, glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. And let's not forget for 1 second that that is the true meaning of Christmas. And I think right now, I've said it before, I believe that peace on earth and goodwill toward men is exactly what this world needs right now. You don't have to be a believer. You don't have to be Christian. That's fine. I was, for those of you who don't know, I was a pagan for many, many years. It's not anything that I'm really proud of. But even back when I was a pagan, if somebody walked up to me and said, Merry Christmas, I didn't get offended by it. I didn't get all bent out of shape by it. I didn't get all politically correct about it or anything like that. I simply took it as somebody wishing me blessings, good tidings of great joy. And I think that if everybody could kind of have that attitude, not just now, not just during Christmas, but I think if we all had that attitude just a little bit more throughout the year, that the world would be a better place. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody Merry Christmas. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody Happy Hanukkah. The thing about this time of year is we celebrate a lot of holidays, both real and made up. Kwanzaa, both real and made up. But the thing about it is most of the time when somebody greets you with any kind of holiday greeting, whether it be Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, the message that they're trying to get across to you is still the same. And that's they're wishing you well. And that's the way I always took it. But I have noticed this year, and I said it a while ago, I have noticed this year that people are a lot quicker to say Merry Christmas this year. And that's a good thing. I have got to go. I have got to hold on one second. Christmas story. This past year, I found family here, the best family, Beaverines forever. That that is a blessing, Dan. It is a blessing when you find like-minded people, when you find people that you can call family. That is one of the greatest gifts that we can give each other, and that is ourselves. So I am going to cut this short here in a few minutes. I will not be back on. I promise. I promise. I will not be back on until after January the 1st. I am looking at doing um, maybe doing some. Hold on one second. Katrinka, are you good to go? Let me see here. All right. I don't know if Katrinka's good to go, but I'm going to post a link one more time. Da, 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 da. And we will see what happens. But I do have to go here pretty soon. I've got a little bit of stuff to do left around the house. Mrs. Shady is working this morning. I've got a little bit of stuff to do around the house, and I've got a couple of little Santa Claus trips that I got to make. Lord knows I do not want to get out in this traffic, nor do I want to go to the grocery store right now. Kroger, King Supers is a nightmare right now. I actually rode through the parking lot of Safeway and Target yesterday. And hey, Simply Tony, Merry Christmas to you, sir. The traffic was crazy, even in a parking lot. The traffic was crazy, and everybody is just focused on what they're doing. They're not paying any attention. Be self-aware, people. I don't want to go back out into that, but I'm going to have to. Um, I will say this though before I go. That's all right, Katrinka. Listen, Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to Granny. um, I am looking at possibly doing some changes to the channel coming up. For those of you who do not know, there is a secondary Shady Zone channel called the Shady Zone After Dark. It never really took off because I never really put a lot of effort into it, but I was going to go into a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of just weird stuff, some coast to coast AM kind of things, and I just never did it. But I had a friend of mine, actually, the guy who wrote the some of the music, and he wrote the music. He composed the music for that channel for the intro and stuff. But he suggested. Let me see if I can get it up there. He suggested this book um, to me when I first started that channel, and I have not even gotten into the book yet. But it is just chock full of every conspiracy theory from the Middle Ages up to about the 1980s, I think it is, in this book. So I'm going to start going through that, and we may all start wearing tinfoil hats before this is over with, y'all. Look, um, if I missed you, um, Merry Christmas, and I'm sorry that I missed you. I've really not been paying a lot of attention to the chat. I wanted to get some guests on. I wanted some folks to come on and say Merry Christmas because it's kind of like what was said a while ago. Once you get started with this, you are a family. And before I go, there is one person out there that I would like to say Merry Christmas to, and that's John over on Prepper Nation. John he's changing his channel up. He's going through some health issues. He says he's all right. John, I just want to let you know there, brother, that my prayers and my family's prayers and most of these guys in chat's prayers have been with you. Even when we didn't know what was going on, Our prayers are still with you, even though you seem to be doing fine right now. May God bless you and your family. May He watch over you and keep you, and may you receive His healing, His complete healing. And that is probably going to wind it down for me today, y'all, because like I said, I got to get out in this stuff and go drive around. I did get myself a Christmas present here about 2 weeks ago. I bought a 2011 Jeep Wrangler, traded in the old Ford F-150. I went from one gas guzzler to another gas guzzler, had no idea what I was getting into when I got the Jeep. I just knew that I had wanted one since, probably the 1980s. There was a movie Chuck Norris did called Lone Wolf McQuade, and Chuck drove this Dodge Power Wagon in that movie. But the girl in the movie drove a Jeep Wrangler, and I have wanted a Jeep Wrangler ever since I saw that movie. And now I have one, a 4-door. Still getting used to it, even though it's a 2011. It's new to me, and some of the technology in it is new to me. So it's not exactly EMP proof or anything like that, but I'm enjoying it. And the great thing about getting a Jeep Wrangler or a Jeep period just before Christmas is all the nifty mods that people can give you for a Christmas present. So I am looking forward to tomorrow just for that and just to see the kids' faces when they open their presents. Look, y'all, I want y'all to take care of each other and yourselves. I hope God blesses you, especially this season. If you're out there and you have no family, you have nowhere to go, just know that myself and everybody here on the channel are with you in spirit, and we wish you a Merry Christmas. Until the next time, y'all, take care. God bless you. Merry Christmas. And hey, you know, stay shady, everybody. Merry Christmas.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! And these shields, boys!